Oh my god. Alright, guys.
That's the gag.
Oh my god, I feel like queefing. Why do I keep stepping in? Ew, I stepped in like a wet Starburst wrapper. I look like popcorn.
Oily like the butt on popcorn.
Fuck yourself. Fuck yourself. I'm just fucking suffering here. I need to just be honest with you guys. I did gay porn. Yes, I did. I'm sorry.
She would fucking go on a twink website. Yeah.
Do not assume my mom's kink preferences.
Right.
So, where do I start?
I've never seen that.
I mean either. It's a new body roll I'm doing.
I don't like it.
My boosie grew into me. It became, we were one. I was on...
Grindr.
Yes.
Heroin.
So I was on Grindr. I keep stepping in the wet Starburst. And this is a story of how my life got turned upside down. I'm not Will Smith, stop it. A guy messaged me a few weeks ago and he said, hey, are you interested in modeling? And you know, I thought like, oh my god, like, this is it. Like, this is my big break. Like, I'm finally gonna be like the next, no, I'm trying to think like a really ugly model. So I messaged him back and said, oh my god, like, of course you'd be interested. Like, of course, like, what? Like, why would I not be? So I sent him, you know, like, my portfolio. Like, you know, when you're a model, like, you have a book, you have, like, a portfolio. I sent him all my nudes, and basically... So I sent him all my nudes. He was like, oh my god, like, you're perfect. You're gonna be a model. And I was like, oh my god, like, for what? And then he told me the name, bleep name, not saying the name. I'll just keep it on the back burner, you know? Like, opportunities come and go. You know, I'm gonna string him along a little bit, and then if I ever do consider it more deeply, I'm totally gonna, you know, just like you, I'm gonna take advantage of him. So, or he's gonna take advantage of me. I have a booger. Sorry.
You're vile.
I hate this.
I'm sorry. So I kept it on the back burner for a couple weeks, whatever. And then I like stole my mom's credit card, bought some stuff, whatever. I bought like Chinese food. And my mom, you know, saw my credit card, her credit card. See, I have like this thing. I'm like really good at convincing myself. I'm like, that's my credit card. It's not. Sorry, Mom, you probably started watching this video and you've already killed yourself 4 times. Went about my life and everything was great. And then my mom, you know, gave me a text. She was like, you need to get a job. I spent like $30 on Chinese food. But I was like, I'm just binging for breakfast and I needed $30 for the Chinese food. Duh. So she caught my ass. And then I get a text, something about like, you got a tight butthole. And I was like, you know what? That's a sign from something. Maybe not God, but you know what? I'm not above the devil. So I felt like, 5th ring, here I come, bitch. I fucking messaged him back finally because my mom's trying to get me to get a job. And I'm like, fuck this. I need to go get a job. And then I didn't want to get a job because, you know, I have terrible rash now. And for 2 weeks, and I'm like, look, I'm down. I'm ready to go. Like, I wanted to go on California trip. I was supposed to go on a California trip with Kenzie. So I was like, I'm going to do porn. I'm going to have fucking stacks. He was telling me fucking thousands. I'm so ready for this. I'm so ready to get out of here. Like, I'm ready to fucking move on from here, bitch. Like, I'm moving up in the world. Like, December 27th. My ass drives to Phoenix. I get all the way to Phoenix that day. I'm so pumped. I'm, like, playing Lady Gaga. I'm not gonna say it. Sorry. Too much. So, I was playing, like, Billy Joel, and I was...
Oh my god, that's worse.
So I was playing Love Game by Lady Gaga. I get to Phoenix and I'm starting to panic because I'm like, oh no! I had like very minimal details. I didn't know really what I was going for. He said I was going in for an interview. But I knew something was off because he asked me like what underwear I was going to bring. And so I felt like, you know what, that doesn't feel right, but I'm just going to go. I pull over to a CVS because truth be told, I was getting gas nerves. It's a public restroom, but the employee has to unlock it for you. She unlocks this private restroom for me. I'm sitting there trying to fart in my business, you know, doing me. The fucking woman keeps unbeeping the door and letting people into the private bathroom. So every 5 minutes, Raya's a little turd's like, eh. I have to be like, because a fucking person walks in, they're like, oh, sorry. And I'm like, obviously, I can't comfortably poop when I feel like I'm being fucking stalked. Well, I go out of CVS finally because the guy's like, look, where are you? And I kept lying to him. And I was like, oh, I'm here. I can't find where I'm parking. And he was like, really? I don't see your car. And so I finally pull out my pants, wipe my butt, whatever, get out, go into my car, get to the fucking place. Turns out, this place is fucking bougie. Like, this is like this is fucking up there. This fucking tower he lives in, or like, because he runs his business in at least, is fucking bougie. Like, booze to the queef. And I was like, damn, like, shit. But I had very bad anxiety because when I pulled up, he was fucking standing outside already. And I was like fixing my hair really compulsively. And I looked him dead in the eye. And I just took my car when I first saw him. And I just fucking did a U-turn and like drove back away for like another minute and a half, and then he started calling me and I was like, sorry, I got confused. I went and parked and like just sipped on my Starbucks for like fucking 2 seconds, and then I was like, sorry. I went out of my car and he walks me up and we get into the elevator and I'm just like examining like this fucking Sweet Life of Zach and Cody shit. Like this is some fucking London Tipton ass elevators. There's a fucking buffet. No, I'm just lying. There's no buffet. I get in the elevator and he's just kind of eyeing me up now. I'm wearing my Sailor Moon shirt at this point. Sorry. I know, I was wearing my Sailor Moon shirt to a fucking porno. That shirt has seen the world. And I'm standing in the elevator and he's just kind of looking me up and down. And I'm just thinking like, damn, I'm so objectified right now. Turns out I get up on the top floor of the penthouse and we walk into his fucking living room or whatever. There's another twink sitting playing fucking Overwatch on the computer. And I'm like, how so casual are you? But like, this is fucking cash and I don't get it. Like, this is porn. This is so nerve-wracking. And I sit down and then he hands me a bunch of paperwork. But right as he's about to hand it to me, he goes, actually, can you lift up your shirt for me for a second? I was like, oh my god, like, you don't even know my name. Like, what? So he makes me pull up my shirt. Exactly. And he makes me pull up my shirt. So I pull up my shirt and I'm like, titties out. So I pull my shirt up and the first thing he says to me is he goes, huh, you're not actually fat. You just had a baggy shirt. And I was like, like every eating disorder I've ever had, this was like, but then I also at the same time was like, yeah. Like, damn, I really catfish the fuck out of people. Like, y'all think this is so bad under here, but truth be told, I'm average at best. He hands me my paperwork, and I sit down, I'm, like, fucking reading that like, my eyes are, like, pfft. Like, I am making sure every fucking line, every period, every punctuation mark is fucking laid out for me, and I can understand what exactly I'm selling my soul for. What? I'm foaming at the mouth.
It is.
Hi guys, sorry, quick intermission. We had to switch cameramen. Zoe died. Maybe take my shirt off, whatever, milks my titties, I don't know. So I fill all the paperwork and I have to pick out a porn name. And like, I panicked and I had a couple names in mind. But when, you know, it actually came time for it, I was like, oh my god, like, I'm gonna live with this for the rest of my life. Like, I need it to be a baddie with a fatty, you know? I want to sound like a straight ass fucking.
Why do you want to sound straight in twink porn?
Because I feel like that's an appeal. Like, ooh, like little virgin, innocent, straight boy gets his fucking hole destroyed by a hammer. So I ended up picking Luke. That was my first name. And the first day, they didn't have me pick a last name. But the second day, they did. And the second day, they decided to go with Grayson. Because one of the kids said he liked Grayson Chance. He was like, Luke Grayson? And I was like, oh my god. Also, Luke is my little brother's name. I didn't realize that till like a week after. I was like, oh no. So I had to go in the bathroom with the douche. And like, you know, I have poop shyness. Clearly from earlier at CVS already. So when he gives me the douche, you know, he just shuts this little thin ass door and I'm sitting in the bathroom like
poop traumatic stress
disorder. I put the douche in and like I douche and then like it took an hour because I just was so scared to poop.
You were in the bathroom for an hour?
Well, he didn't give me a time estimate and I was like, well fuck, I'm not gonna shit on camera. I'm gonna make sure I'm taking my time. And then he opens the door and he's like, it was a glass dildo and he's like, here to check and make sure you got everything. And I'm like, trust me, I've been in here for 60 minutes. I'm pretty sure I couldn't even poop for the next week if I wanted to. There's a little ring right at the end that's supposed to be kind of like a plug almost. And then there's like a little bit more as like a handle. Never used that before, so I ended up putting the handle in with it. Then when I pull out, there was blood all over it. And I was like,
you're that
that's just not correct. I get out of the bathroom and I'm like, I'm just lying to myself at this point. I'm like, everything's fine. Like, I'm totally okay with all of this. Walk out there and then their makeup artist comes and their makeup artist was so amazing. I'll link him below. Jeffree Star, he was so good at his work. He put like Mario Badescu fucking
spray.
Basically came on me and said, you're done. So I get my makeup did. The guy started telling me details as my makeup was getting done. He was like, you know, it's just gonna be like, I'll be asking you some few questions, you'll take your clothes off, and then you'll masturbate. And I'm like, trust me, I do that 4 times a day. This is my fucking thing. You know what I mean? Like, this is like my Olympics, and I am a gymnast. He leaves the room. I'm left there to my own devices, and I sit there kind of like adjusting myself and like pulling down the ugly shirt he made me put on. Like, really not gonna let me wear my Sailor Moon shirt.
Wait, why did he make you change shirts if you're gonna be naked?
Because he thought my shirt made me look really fat. And he was like, here. And he gave me like this fucking cheesy ass 2009 shirt that had like the sleeves sewn in. Then the guy walks in with a GoPro on his head. He also bends over and his whole ass falls out. This guy's fug, you guys. Like, straight fug. Like, fucking ugly, fucking gross. His shirt comes up and he's like, reaches over on a shelf and you see his like giant penis is just like hiding in the waistband. Don't show my waistband. Just like keeping it strapped, like buckled in for the ride. And I'm like, oh no, I see dick and crack. This cannot be good. you know, he says, instead of 500, it'd be 1,000 if you do, instead of a solo shoot, it's a casting couch. Oh my God, like, I could go to Paris. The world is gonna be my oyster, and all I have to do is have sex with a gross man who looks like my dad? My God, no skin off my back. Puts his GoPro on, hits record, and I start to do my thing. He's like, what you need? Something about, like, my mouth is really flexible, and, like, wow, I don't know. Point being, he starts to do it in the butt again, and then I'm bleeding on him, and then I fucking have to stop. And I'm like, look, sir, that is not lube. That is my fucking blood count all over your ball sack. So then I have to get up, and he's like, oh, okay, go, like, check and make sure everything's okay. And I come out, and he's like, everything's fine. Like, there's not even any blood on my dick. And he's like, but, like, if you want, like, you can just pretend to be riding me, and then, like, we'll just change the angle to make it look like you are. So I literally was, like, a performer and an actor at that point, and I just had to, like, make my O face on, like, my O face, my fucking...
your
my
face.
So I just did that for a solid 10 minutes, and basically it was done. First day over. I get my coin. He gives me 500 then, and then we have to go and get my STD test, but they ended up being closed. So after that, I had to come back to Phoenix tomorrow to finish my second day. Two-parters. So basically the second day comes, I go all the way back to Phoenix. Makeup artist comes again, I have to douche again. This time when I get out of the douching bathroom after literally an hour, he's like, hey, so if we ever have to, like, actually, like, when we hire you on for more videos, you need to do that at home because you're just taking way too much time. And I'm like, God. Do you want me to diarrhea on your couch, sir? No. And then they make me go on the balcony, and, like, y'all think that posing for the gram is hard? Try posing for the gram while keeping a boner in your stomach sucked in. I had to sit on the balcony, and, like, their neighbor came out and won the balcony. It felt my stomach drop, literally like my balls in the 12th grade.
12th grade?
Yeah, I was a late bloomie, so I did that video, and I was fucking exhausted at this point. But the problem is, I came too early because he fucking made me take a Viagra, because I couldn't get hard on the fucking photo shoot, because the photo shoot was more than just posing. I had to literally put a dildo in my butt and then pose and do all this shit. Meanwhile, there's like 4 people in a room, and I'm like, oh my God, I should have worked at the mall. This is so hard. I came in the middle of the video, and then when the video's over, like, on the fucking ceiling. I'm Spider-Man, bitch. So basically, he, like, right as I do it, he's like, all right, and now you're gonna come? And I was like, I just did. And he was like, what? He, like, hit stop, and he's like, you should have told me that. Like, now we have to do this again. And he's like, but I'm hungry. So I had to go to a fucking pizza restaurant with him for an hour and a half. After that, I get back, and I'm stuffed with pizza and pepperoni and shit. And I'm like, oh my God. And then I have to sit back on the couch, put the dildo back in right where I had it, and then I had to come again. So that was my second day.
No one's allowed to know that my name's Luke.
I don't give a fuck at this point. Y'all want to go look up my porn? It'll be there maybe one day. The thing is, he's still been calling me and he wants me to do it again, but, like, I can't do that again. It was so exhausting. It felt like fucking work, and that was the last thing I wanted was to be working. The fuck? Like, I'm unemployed, ride or die. I did get the money, and I got a full panel STD test, and I felt like, well, that's good. Like, now I know I have no STDs, but, like...
Now I know I have crap.
Wish I could have just done that without all the fucking...
Sex.
Anal. And when I was at the Planned Parenthood place too, I had to put like a fucking cotton swab in my butt, and then I had to come back into the room, and she was like, you spilled out the liquid in the tube that the cotton swab's supposed to go in. So then I had to go put another cotton swab up my butt, and I'm like, what the fuck? I really don't have a problem with porn at all. I feel like sex work is work, bitch. But personally for me, it was just really exhausting, and I just am kind of over it, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm kind of like a big deal now on like YouTube and shit, so I'm like, what's the point, you know? Like, I'm the next Jenna Marble.
You didn't really tell, like, when the guy was fucking with the camera, you didn't tell it like you told me, like...
I'm not going to talk about that. You really think I'm going to tell everybody that he fucking made me sit under his balls while he came on me, and at one point he was like, yeah, eat my ass out, boy, and I'm like,
oh my God.
Did you even wipe? I didn't, and I was like,
I just got nauseous when you said that.
Oh, I literally fucking did too. I feel disgusting we're even talking about it. It was very borderline abuse, but whatever. A coin's a coin. You find some on the street, you find some in your asshole, whatever. And I ended up telling my mom, because I wanted to rise out of her, you know, like, I kept it in, like, I didn't give a fuck lying to her. I told her I was working at a fake call center job, whatever, you know, you do what you gotta do. And then eventually, I just was sick of her waking me up and being, when are you going to work? So I told her, like, look, bitch, I did porn, get over it. And she was like, oh my God. Therapist, when I told her I wasn't gonna be doing porn anymore and I applied to Goodwill, she was like, good job. She goes, because just like you said, you just wanted to do it so you could, like, make a story. And now you got your story. And I was like, Lorraine, you get me. Like, you get the game. Like, you totally know where I'm coming from, my perspective on everything. I've lived a fucked life, but you know what? Get fucked or live fucked. So, I'm gonna get paid and fucked, bitch. Deuces from my pussy. Deuces from my boozies, guys. Deuces from my boozies.